Blessings, Divine Radiance. I am here with Anitra Jones of That Yes Life, and I am so excited to be sitting with her because she has been in the Activating You mentorship for a little over a year now, right, Anitra?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and so now she is cycling out and spreading her wings and applying all of the jewels that she obtained during our time together. And so she agreed to sit down and just tell you a little bit about her experience. So Anitra, is there anything in particular that you'd like those that are viewing today to know about the Activating You mentorship?
Um, One of the best, there's so many great things, but one of the best things that stood out for me was to be open to allow spirit to guide, and you taught me how to be guided with flow, with joy and ease, like even during those hard moments, those shadow moments when you're learning to embrace all of you. Just watching your example and your teachings and your guidance has assisted me with just being guided with joy and ease. And
Awesome.
that's just, so I would say be open and be patient with yourself too.
Yes, that is key. That is key. You know, one of the things that I've noticed during the time that I've been doing this work is that a lot of people are like, okay, so give it to me A through Z. What are we doing? How is it going to unfold? And oftentimes the shift, it's happening with such grace and ease that people don't realize they're shifting until they have this huge aha moment. And I
Mhm.
remember you went through a little bit of that. So can you talk a little bit about that and how that was for you, that
Oh,
experience with
definitely.
agency?
Definitely. So I am background of military and federal service, family military. So everything is very regimented, very policy and procedures. So from my household as a child into adulthood, where's the SOP? Where's the guidelines? And so I remember contacting you and saying, okay, so like we got some worksheets, or is there something I can look at? Like, what do I do next? I've joined this amazing group, this is amazing group. And I wanted to know what next. And you're like, this is next. This is it. And I was like, okay. And so that was one of my first promptings of being open to being guided. And I learned quickly in that moment that everyone's journey is different. And at that point, had you decided to give me a worksheet or a 1, 2, 3 list, it wouldn't have fit me, I mean, unless spirit guided you to do that, but you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't have, because there's no one recipe fits all when
Right.
you're on your spiritual journey. Like everyone has a different journey. You have different blocks that you're unblocking, different things to be healed in your life, and this you're just everyone's on a different journey. And that was just number one for me, on being how to be spirit guided and not be guided by just a regimen created by men,
Right.
that one recipe fits all.
Exactly. And, oftentimes when I'm talking about the mentorship or how I coach in general, I always say there's no cookie cutter formula, right?
That's the
And you
word. Yeah.
nailed it. It's because every soul is different. And so, even if we spoke in your consultation and we created this plan or program for you, because you're forever moving, shifting, and changing, what's
Mhm.
required to get your soul to the next level is also forever moving and changing. So, it was so important that spirit was guiding it every step, every moment, to make sure that you were receiving exactly what was for you in that moment. So I'm so grateful that you trusted the process and you went with it. Now, I know when you started with the group mentorship and then you transitioned into the one-on-one. So can you talk a little bit about the difference and the value in one versus the other, or even both, right?
They're both amazing. The group mentorship offers, of course, community. The one-on-one offered that, just that, not, I was going to say little extra touch, but it's so much more than a little touch. It was the personal guidance that you may not be able to receive during a group session. So when we had group sessions, which were totally amazing, you learn from everyone. However, I was looking for a space where I can learn more about me, and I still wanted to connect with the group too. So that was awesome. So I transitioned to the one-on-one because I was ready to dig deeper. I wouldn't even say accelerate. I was thinking accelerate, but I was just ready to do the work on a more personal level than the group mentorship gave space for.
Right. Awesome. Thank you. Now, speaking of acceleration or ascending or up leveling or however you choose to word it, would you say that you noticed a difference in your growth when you transition from the group to the one-on-one? Now, I know in the group, like there is growth, but the way I describe it, although it's all DIY because you go and do the work yourself, I know we do work together in the one-on-one, but it's all you, right? So with the group, I kind of describe it as the DIY because, like you said, it's just not as much personal, isolated attention and time on whatever's going on, right? So would you say that you notice a difference in the growth rate when you transitioned, or would you say it's about the same?
Oh no, there's a difference with one-on-one mentorship. When you have questions or concerns or an aha moment, a one-on-one gave me the option to like have that conversation with you directly, to like just to dig deeper into how I'm being guided by spirit, especially when you're new in awakening, if that's the right term. When you're new in that area, I want to make sure this is really spirit and not my ego. I mean, that was a big breakthrough for me too, going through that journey with you, learning the difference between hearing from my ego versus my being led by spirit. And I believe I would have eventually gotten there with the group, but it would have taken me a little bit longer.
Right, right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, also, I have another question for you regarding when you mentioned about you learning the difference between spirit speaking and ego. So, with you now being really, really deeply connected to spirit from a place of clarity, how would you say you are showing up different in the world, specifically with all of the chaos and all of the things that society is feeding us? How would you say you show up now versus how you may have shown up in this space before the mentorship?
Well, before the mentorship, I had a lot of questions. Well, I still have questions, but I mean, I had a lot of questions that really dealt with my confidence. It really tapped into me feeling doubt, me feeling unsure. And even though I was raised in a religious paradigm, I just wasn't sure. I wasn't confident in. I just wasn't confident. Uh, what shifted for me was my internal knowing that I'm being guided by spirit, by divine source. Like nothing can take that away from you. Once you know who you are at the core of you, once you know that you are being guided by highest love and light, like that is something that no matter what's going on around you, that can't be taken away from you. That type of confidence and self-assuredness of just you as a light worker or whatever your path may be, that's just amazing to have that piece of that inner peace. And so even if your ego does show up, you still you know now how to reel it back in, calm it down, and be at peace.
Exactly, exactly. You nailed it. And from my personal experience, what I have noticed is that ability to be fearless, right? There's a lot of fear that we're being fed. And when you have that connection to spirit, you're able to connect to spirit to know what is propaganda and what is facts, right? And so would you agree that that has shifted for you as well? Have you noticed a difference in that department?
Definitely. But there is, I'm so excited. Let me calm down.
Don't calm down, let it show.
I'm just excited for this shift. Showing up, being able to immediately tap into spirit, to to ask, is that a highest light of love? Is that you? Is this something for me? Does this serve my highest good? That quelches all fear,
Right.
like immediately. And I think my largest hurdle is me still today, even today, was asking spirit to remember always tap into spirit first, because spirit is so absolute and of highest light of love. And when you see propaganda going forward, when you see people or situations happening, being able to directly access
Yeah.
highest light of love, like what is there to be afraid of? Like spirit will literally guide you, turn right, turn left, keep going straight, eat that, don't eat that. Like if you ask the question, sometimes you're not even asking the question, spirit, your angel, your ancestors, they're like cheering you on. They're so excited for you. So they're always guiding you. And we've been taught how to tune it out. So I find it most times I don't even have to ask, because my ancestors are like, girl, like for real, you listening?
Right.
Are you
Right.
because I'm trying
Exactly.
to tell you.
Right.
But when I do, like, okay, let me listen, let me ask the question, or just listen and be still. There's nothing to fear. There's
Right.
just nothing to fear.
Yeah, it's so amazing, so amazing. And it's always nice to have someone else share their experience, because I've shared all the time since I started my conscious healing and awakening. And it's really kind of tough to put into words, you know what I mean? But it's just this shift that is just life changing, right? So speaking of life changing, how would you say your ability to manifest has shifted since completing the mentorship?
Oh my goodness, it's still shifting. It's still shifting. Like even I had a thought. All right, so now I'm learning how to, even when I have a thought, how to reel that thought in. So that thought may be something I don't desire to be manifested. So I had a thought about ants.
Uh-huh.
I live on the 4th floor, so we don't have ants, but I had a thought about ants. And I don't know why I was thinking about ants. So this morning when I walked into the kitchen, there were some ants. And I was like, let me manifest, y'all, because you gotta go,
Right, right,
but as far as, but that's an example of how powerful your thoughts are, how you're just a powerful energetic being, and
right.
you can literally manifest what you're thinking. And I'm just in an area of just manifesting. Now let me tell you something I'm manifesting. I don't know about you, whoever's listening, but my manifestation, I was like, I want to win the lotto. I want to do this. I want to do that. My manifestation had a lot to do with wealth, with creating wealth and finances, and just all the things, to take care of all the things, right? And there's nothing wrong with the desires of your heart. However, as I continue to mature in my journey, I was like, oh, how about you manifest some authentic friendships
Right.
and relationships and love and laughter and just joy
Right.
and peace, and so as you begin your journey and you're learning just how powerful you are, because you are powerful, because you are. um,
Exactly.
it just that surface level of manifestation will just continue to grow and deepen into other areas of your life. So
Right.
I've manifest everything that I place my heart, put my mind to.
Yeah.
And I always ask is to serve my highest good, because ego is still part of me. So because
As
I'm
long as
here
we're
in this,
human, right?
right, because I'm here in this human form. So I'm like,
Yeah.
let's spirit keep it checked. But yeah, it's been amazing. It's
Yeah.
been amazing. And then sometimes scary and exciting is the word I used the other day when I was speaking with a friend. Scary and exciting all at the same time, because it's like, oh, this is really happening. Yes, it's happening.
Right.
Like right
Right.
now, real time. real
Mhm.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. And you nailed it when you mentioned about the surface level. And like you said, there's nothing wrong with those things, right? But going deeper, because when you talk about those feel good feelings, those are literally the things that will allow you to manifest those surface levels. So it really starts within. So it's just awesome that you're there. But yeah, whether it serves our highest good or not, once you're in that zone of manifesting, you are manifesting quickly. A thought, a spoken word, it's happening. So it's been exciting to see you in that zone. And I'm just so excited to see what you continue to do by way of growing, elevating, and manifesting. So yeah, now before we move over into the retreat, I have a few more questions. You also have been able to experience coaching on the go. So can you talk a little bit about that and how that service, being able to communicate on Voxer, has helped or assisted you on your journey?
Oh, that has. So since you're here listening to this, whomever you may be, I can tell you being able to reach out to Nahkila directly when you have your aha moments or a thought or just a question or just a conversation. Now, Nahkila, she as she story tells, the lesson is always in the story. And I love it. Like her sharing her real life examples of who she is and her journey. I've always found an answer, or the answer found me.
Mhm.
And even from just saying good morning and how are you doing, and that would just the conversation would just take off in such a direction that my spirit is like, yes, this is exactly what you require today. This is exactly. And I'm like, sometimes it was questions that I didn't even realize were like kind of in my pending box to be answered. But having direct access to Nahkila, that is another way of accelerating your growth if you take advantage of it. Like it doesn't matter how out there you think your thought or your question is, ask the question, share the thought, and get ready to be pleasantly surprised and see how spirit guides you through her. It's amazing. It's
Awesome.
amazing.
Thank you for that. Thank you. And it's a pleasure for me as well. So I appreciate it so much. So now I talked about the retreat for a very long time, and you actually attended the
Mm.
most recent Activating You retreat. So is there anything you'd like to share about that experience?
Now, I don't know why she asked about this retreat because I got to sip my coffee.
Well, let me get a sip of water while we at it.
Because this retreat was so freaking amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. Like, what can I say about the retreat? Just the level of peace and comfort and just being when you are with like-minded people who have embraced being on their journey, and they've embraced sharing who they are, where they are, and the facilitators, Unakila, and our Sean woman, Gillian, just the sessions that we had of receiving and releasing. It was just so much, it was just so much good. So one of the great things that stood out for the retreat for me was that although there was an agenda of different sessions and that we had, it didn't feel like it. Everything flowed. It was perfect. It was wake up when you wake up. These are the sessions we have today, but you come in and do the session when you're ready to do the session. And that gave me so much freedom just to enjoy not just the amenities, but just being in the moment. The villa we stayed at was amazing. It was 5 star. Are there 6, 7 stars? It was 7 stars. The villa was amazing. I loved having my own room. My own bathroom. I loved having a personal chef, and we had a house manager or a butler. Their staff was there all day, taking care of just the most intimate details. Like, I didn't think, well, this house is surrounded by birds.
Right.
Right? I didn't think about it because there was never bird poop on the ground. Why was there never bird poop on the ground? Because somebody was out there scrubbing it up every day.
Right.
Just so, and the service that they kept the rooms clean. So that was taken care of. So you never had to think about, will I have fresh towels? What am I going to eat? Is the pool clean? None of those things were even an issue. It was just, you just came there to enjoy the area.
Right.
And it was so much more intimate than a hotel, the private villa. But then back to the sessions, I don't think I went to bed before midnight any night.
No.
Any night. And it was my intention. So my intention, y'all, was when I got there, I'm just gonna relax and take in and receive and be led and guided. I'm gonna go to bed. And we were up late every night, dancing and laughing and just receiving from spirit and just really getting to know each other on a level. But I walked out of there just very confident in who I am and my soul's mission. Yeah. And that prepared me to go into another conference that I feel within myself, had I not did the retreat first, I would have showed up differently in that conference, because there were still some things that spirit was ready to reveal to me, for me. And so I can just release some strongholds. Is that the word? That's the word today. And being able to go into my next journey, that just gave me a different type of freedom. Right. The retreat was everything. It was everything. It was.
Now, I would say, oh, go ahead.
I would say, set your attention and watch spirit surpass that intention.
Yeah, so beautiful. I'm so glad and grateful that you attended. Now, do you see why I refer to it as a soul family reunion? Because I say that when I'm talking about it, and I don't really think people who haven't been understand why, I love serving on every level, but I always say the retreats are my favorite way to serve. And it's just because we get to connect in person and hug and really be in each other's energy. Although the virtual mentoring is great, but the retreat is like the perfect follow-up to that, right? And even if you aren't in the mentorship, I feel the retreat is great, period. Would you agree, whether you're in or not?
I agree, because I think there was someone there that's not in the mentorship, but it doesn't matter when you're connecting with other light workers. It doesn't matter if they're part of the mentorship or not. It's for anyone who is ready to elevate.
Yes.
Like there's you cannot leave that retreat, that type of setting, the same. Yeah. You can't, like it was just so much it was so much power there. It was just so much power and so much light and love that something will be shifted. Even if you came there with the intention, I'm not going to change nothing.
Right. I'm just going to chill.
I don't know. Whatever. I'm not saying that's you. That's you. So something is going to shift for the better.
Right. I'm just so grateful that you attended. And, the upcoming is already in the works. We have the mini retreats. We have the next all-inclusive coming up. So I'm just excited to share what Spirit has been placing in my spirit to share and to serve in the way Spirit has guided me. So I'm grateful and honored that you've been a part of it. Now, if you could say anything to anyone that's maybe on the fence about connecting, and whether it's the mentorship, whether it's the retreat, or whether it's both, what words of wisdom would you share with them to help them get off the fence and take action into their next level of greatness?
I would say, let the last time you said next time be your last time saying that. Like, just choose to invest in yourself. You're worthy of everything.
Right.
You're worthy of everything. And the last time you looked online and you saw the retreat and you said, well, next time, let that be the last time you said that. And go forth and be great.
Yeah.
It is, well, you already know because you're watching this. Just do it. You are worthy.
Yeah. So it is. Now, this is my last question. When you were saying about you deserve this, invest in yourself. If you could speak on the return of investment, because I know money is a big deal. Not everyone has grasped the concept that money is an energy and that we're master manifestors and we can create and generate and attract, right? All that serves our highest good. So for someone that may be looking at the investment, what would you say to them to explain the return on their investment and how it weighs, right? How would you speak of that? What would you tell them?
Um, I don't know of any investment that will be too great for peace, for inner peace. Like this wasn't a vacation. It was amazing. There were a lot of moments where we had to enjoy the beautiful area and amenities, but it wasn't a vacation. For me, it was an investment in peace, that inner peace, that this unshakable peace that no one can take from you. And if you have anything going on in your life and you're tired of coming back to that same thing, this would be the space to release that. And there's not a dollar amount you can put on being able to rest and know within yourself that you're divinely connected and being able to heal uninterrupted and to have this safe space to show up 100% as you, whatever that looks like. And just to be able to release and to receive, and also to activate your gifts.
Yes.
Also to activate your gifts, because we weren't just receiving, we were also activating our gifts and sharing and giving. And there's just, I don't put a price on that.
Right.
Like the return of investment is me being able to, for me personally, being able to show up and to walk into rooms with multimillionaires, confident in who I am and what I bring to the table, and knowing that I have something to offer, and then knowing that I'm a badass businesswoman, and I didn't have that before. And I mean, it was always there, but I hadn't tapped into it and embraced it fully. And being able to do that, I know the retreat just pushed me over the line.
Right. Yeah, it's so amazing. And you know what's so incredible when you said the investment in peace is, because it literally touched me here, because I have been saying that since I began investing in my journey and my maintenance. And that was what I would always say. Peace is priceless. And you nailed it. It's not just, like you said, a vacation. It's not just another program. It really is transforming your life and transforming who you are from the inside out. So I'm so glad that you were able to touch on that. Now, do you have any words for the same question pertaining to the mentorship? If they were on the fence and it was a financial thing because they got a little bit of sticker shock, what would you say about the return of investment on the mentorship?
It's just, for me, it's the same. It's the investment of peace, of becoming, walking into fully of who you are, giving yourself the opportunity. We've been taught very well how to take care of everything and everyone else around us, but not how to take that same opportunity for ourselves, whatever it is. And for me, it was I can't even say it was a sacrifice, because through the process, I learned that I'm worth it.
Yes.
You know, like you learned when you decide I'm worth it, watch spirit manifest whatever is required for you to
Yes.
participate and to receive the growth so you can elevate
Mhm.
fully into yourself. It's just it's not about the price. It's about you saying yes to you
Yeah. Yeah.
and enjoying every moment of it,
Right.
even the uncomfortable moments.
Yes, I totally agree. Well, I appreciate you so much. Now I feel like I've asked you everything, but is there anything that I didn't ask that you'd like to share, or do you feel we got it all out?
um, just have
Yeah.
fun connecting with people that don't look like you, that don't share the same ideologies as you, um, that may live in different parts of the world than you, that you would normally never connect with, if not for this platform. Have fun being stretched outside of your paradigm and embrace it. It's a great time.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see just how far and wide divine love reaches,
Yes.
and
Yes.
get ready to receive love.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And as you were talking about connecting, we the mentorship, I refer to it as our soul family. And the reason being is because the souls have walked the journey of life together before, and we reconnect and we walk it together again in this lifetime. And once we're connected, we're forever connected. There's some amazing networking that happens, some lifelong friendships that take place. It's not just a drop in and then I'm out, right? Even though when your time in the mentorship comes and goes, you have a soul family for life. So I am so honored and grateful to have you be a part of that soul family. I am honored and grateful to be your sister in light. And I am so honored and grateful that you chose me and allowed me to walk with you on this phase of your journey. So thank you so,
You,
so much.
I'm honored too. Thank
Awesome. Thank
you for
you.
receiving me and guiding me. I
You're
appreciate it.
so welcome. So welcome. And I'm excited to see what you do and how that Yes Life grows and flourishes. So, you guys, Anitra Jones of that Yes Life, check her out on social media and follow her, join her community. She is incredible, incredible, incredible. So, I
Thank
thank
you.
you, Anitra, for doing this. And for those of you watching, I thank you. If you are watching on any one of the social platforms, you can find the link to schedule your consultation, whether it's for the mentorship or the retreat, both activating you. You can do so by clicking the link in the bio. I'm looking forward to serving you and having you join our soul family as well. Have a beautiful day, and I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance.